Hare Krishna Geeta Mataji. So nice to
Hare
see you.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Hare
How
Krishna
is
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu? So nice to see you. Balaji Prabhu. And Hemavati Mataji. Yeah, nice. Uma Mataji has also joined. Very nice to see all of you. Vijay Mataji, Shiva Prabhu. Yes. Thank you so much for joining in. So today we will commence from where we are in the 1540, that lecture on 1540. It has been very deep and very thought-provoking. So we are going a little bit slow, but slow means deep, So it's nice to relish the beautiful realizations that are shared by Maharaj on this verse. As we had discussed earlier, this verse Maharaj really emphasized so much right throughout his stay here in this world, and also towards the last part of his time when he was spending in Bhaktivedanta Hospital and Nashik and everywhere. And to anybody who was calling him also, Maharaj kept highlighting this verse and asked them to go deeper and deeper, realizing its meaning. Because this is the verse which Narada Muni speaks at the end of the 5th chapter, 1540, where he was inspiring him on the glorious potency of Srimad Bhagavatam, what it can do to the different kinds of people. It's a universal medicine. So let's read further from here. Maharaj we went up to don't reduce the study of scriptures. If you remember, Maharaj was talking about the pure gold and the impure gold, how pure gold is attractive. Everybody wants to imitate the pure gold, but they cannot match the pure gold. Like, for example, the gold is there, the imitation gold, the covering jewels are there, gold coverings are there, but we like to have these gold frames, and everywhere we use the word gold, golden color to make it more rich, more attractive. Though we cannot imitate, so we can only imitate, but we have to actually become gold, not like imitation gold. Similarly, pure devotee is only attractive. Impure devotee or mixed devotees are not attractive. Pure gold, just like pure gold is attractive, pure devotee is attractive. We cannot try to behave like we cannot try to behave like pure devotee, and actually not being a devotee. So it's important to understand that difference. Mm. So this is where we stopped last time. Last week, of course, we spent our time on the Smriti Sangha of the glories of one such pure devotee who is His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. We could relish so much from Maharaj's pastimes shared by so many wonderful devotees in our group. Uh, so I just have one quick thing. If I'm sharing the content, I won't be able to see who wants to speak and who doesn't want to, who is raising their hand and all that. I'll see if it is possible for me to do this. Yes, this is okay for me. I think it's showing up on my screen. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Prabhu.
No,
Yes.
Prabhuji. No, we are not.
Yes,
You're
Prabhu.
not able to. How come? Some of them are saying yes, some of them saying no.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
No,
We can see your video, Prabhu. Now it's coming up.
Now it's coming.
Yeah, we can see both the videos and the PPT you are sharing.
That's not a PPT, it's a PDF document, Prabhu.
Yes,
So anyway, I see the thing here. So on the right corner, I can see. So which is good. Now we can start reading. So the point number 6, medicine for 3 miseries. Who would like to take first shot at it?
Roger, I can read?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Medicine for 3 miseries. This verse is very important because unmistakably, everyone is suffering. As you know, the first suffering is arising out of the body, Adhyatmik Dukh. The second suffering is from the other people, Adi Bhotik Dukh. And the third thing is natural disaster, earthquake, etc. You cannot avoid these things. These three sufferings are not solved by any medicine. That we have to remember. No medicine is available. Medicines, it will worsen. That is why synthetic medicines must be avoided, completely avoided. Better to die than to be victimized by the medicines.
So one point
Yes.
here, Prabhu Mataji, is if you why Maharaj is talking about three miseries here, what is that point that Maharaj that is there in that that 1540 shloka that led to this particular focus on the three miseries?
Yes, Prabhu.
Can somebody throw some light on it before we proceed further? Why is it suddenly Maharaj is talking about threefold miseries?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, we can hear you, Prabhu. Go ahead.
Yes, Prabhuji. Here Maharaj is talking about three miseries because in the shlok there is a prakyahe dukkher muhur ardhit atmanam. Third line is there.
So what is that? Why I mean, Narad Muni is insisting Vyasadev
Yes, Prabhuji.
to speak on.
Speak on the solution of to how to mitigate these threefold miseries.
Yes, that's the important point we should know. So because Vyasadev is Narad Muni is also highlighting the same point that um, threefold is Bhagavatam is the solution to threefold miseries. Maharaj is now doing a cross-referencing to another shloka, and he's going to highlight on the importance of this how they are connected. To know that the connection are there between within Bhagavatam also, between Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita also, right? Okay, so let's proceed further.
Yesterday, there was an article in Gujarati paper, Sandesh, about angiography. In angiography, they find that many times the veins are blocked. All veins are blocked. But with the blocked veins, also people are quite normal. They write that the secret of it is that all the veins from the heart, every hour and every minute, nearly 5 liters of blood is thrown to the body and collected. So veins must be full. Always blood must be flowing. These graphics, they are nonsense. Any material machine manufactured by the conditioned soul should be defective. That is definite. With defective machine, you cannot have the effective reports. Those reports are also defective. So far as so far as possible, these man-made machines and the man-made medicine must be avoided.
It's a very interesting thing. Man-made medicines and man-made machines. You can see how much the healthcare industry has been showing. So Chandra Prabhu, you know better how in UK there's a lot of many of them
Oh,
are
yes.
okay, but at the same time we cannot rule out the fact that it is a business at the end of the day. Running.
Definite. Prabhuji, is definitely a business here. I've noted this. And not
Yeah.
only here, even in Kenya, like I was just wondering because, they used to say that if you become sick in Kenya, you've done a lot of things.
Yeah. So much money has to be spent on, isn't it?
Oh, a lot of money, yes.
In fact, so many devotees or other people also, even now in US and all, they when they have some dental issues or any other, like even to change spectacles, Prabhu, they find it so costly in the US that they do it when they come to India on vacation. They get some 3-4 glasses, 3-4, and then they get their treatments done. All those things they do here because it's so costly out there.
Prabhuji, I'll just tell you one thing, about 4 weeks back, I had a tooth problem. So they said, oh, we have to remove. So I said, how much will it cost? 300 pounds.
See,
Just
300
to remove
pounds
a
for
tooth,
it
it
was
was 300 pounds. I said,
just to
300
remove,
pounds,
not
just to
replacing.
remove the tooth,
My
300
God.
pounds.
300 pounds is 30,000 rupees, no, Prabhu?
Yeah. So I said, oh
My
my
God.
God. So I was wondering that here also, I was thinking that it's only Kenya that, when you become sick or anything, you commit a lot of. I think here it was the same thing.
In that amount, you can remove all the teeth in India, Prabhu.
I know. I said, oh my God.
My God, 300 pounds for removing one tooth.
Exactly.
It's better that, you just go fight with somebody and they will hit your mouth, it will come out automatically.
So, I was speaking to my youngest brother. He's in America,
Just
so
like
he's a
kidding.
dentist. So he said it's
Hmm.
better that you go to Kenya and get it removed, because with the
Yeah,
ticket and everything, still it'll be cheaper.
yeah, still it will be cheaper.
My God.
Very interesting. I wanted to show something very startling message. Just give me one sec. I'm searching through that. Um, I forwarded to somebody, or where is this? 7/5/18/5. Give me one sec, Prabhu Smart. It's very, very startling message. And it's also about this people like this Rockefeller and all who really have created a big mess by just for their benefit. They have introduced all these different medicines and this procedures, etc. Yes, I got it. See, I'm just uh, reading it out. It's from some article. Chronic disease is the greatest invention of profit ever created. Hmm? Chronic disease includes diabetes, all those different, like, the back pain, this spondylitis, and those different kinds of, all different kinds of chronic disease. But people keep taking medicines, right? Chronic disease is the greatest invention of profit ever created. There is 5 billion prescriptions written in America per year. 5 billion prescriptions written in America per year. Divided by 365, how much does it come to? Somewhere around, I don't know, whatever number that is. And they're saying further, this is not written by devotee, by the way. This is written by some person in the normal, regular group of people. Some very important person in the medical field, actually. I don't know the name, but it's written. 5 billion prescriptions written in America per year, and that is driving the fastest growing industry in the country, healthcare. This is the thing written from basically about America, but same thing goes in all places, of course. In India, it is even more. The fastest growing industry in the country, healthcare, where every single lever of that industry depends on people being sick for longer periods of time and getting sick earlier. You got the statement? Can I repeat that again? The driving the fastest growing industry in the country, healthcare, where every single lever of that industry means, see, the hospitals, the salaries for the employed doctors, the nurses, then the instruments, then the research, R&D, whatever they may put everything together. All that is there in the form of expensive. Where every single lever of that industry depends on people being sick for longer periods of time and getting sick earlier. What an amazing statement, huh? Very, very deep and thought provoking, right? And another thing about this Rockefeller, who is the medicine man, he's considered to be the medicine, the one who pushed the allopathy thing. What he did, allopathy, as it is misrepresented today, it is actually misrepresented today as the only panacea for all problems. But actually, the real truth is this: allopathy, as it is misrepresented today, is a huge racket that has been going on for decades, ever since Rockefeller medicine displaced holistic healing in America. Holistic healing means it's the what we are doing, the non-invasive treatments. In India, we have all those, like we have Ayurveda, we have so many other different the homeopathy and these kind of acupuncture, acupressure, all these different treatments are there. No, they are all called holistic healers. And many other things like that included. See, ever since Rockefeller medicine displaced holistic healing in America, Rockefeller had the medical books rewritten and had people arrested for promoting herbology, massage, etc. With his power and money, he had this. He did it in America, and he was so mad. Even he even went to China to try to convince them to give up traditional Chinese medicine and replace it with his petroleum-based medicine. You know what is petroleum-based medicine? All that you are taking it as paracetamol, crocin, analgin, they are all petroleum-based medicine.
Yes.
Because they are extracting the ethanol, whatever that is the thing that makes you drowsy and sleep, no? And for people who are stressed out or depression and all those things, what do? They give drowsy medicines. That's called sleeping pills. They give, and then they go to sleep. They are always drowsy throughout the day. They sleep and they become very bored, very lazy, lethargy, right? So these are all startling statements, not coming from just our devotee circles. When they may call it as, oh, these people are like that, they are narrow-minded, etc., etc. But these are coming from the outside world, outside of the general world of the people, generic public, like where in fact these are all inner circle of poor people who are writing this. And there is a 30 minutes long video also that was shared about one of the Western journalist or somebody is only she's only telling the truth behind it. I will share those in our group based on what we discussed. But you got the depth of the problems you have got into, right? When Maharaj is talking about these medicinal things, he's going to talk about this further now, further down. When Maharaj is telling that this angioplasty, this sonography, this that and all, we are doing all these things because there is no other option given to us. If everywhere you will see only Domino pizza, then what will you eat? Right? We are used to eating doklas and idlis and dosas at home, and people who were going out, they were for traveling, they were looking for a similar thing. But the number of Domino pizza and all these Pizza Huts and all those things is much more than the traditional this thing idli dosa vadas. Now, so what will you do? Children will only go for that noodles and pizzas and whatnot. And then what will happen? This is how the tradition, the whole chain works. In the food habits, if they change, then people will get disease much earlier. And when these chronic diseases. So every time you go for this, say, suppose something like a diabetes or some other thing for which every day you have to take something. See, now they are coming with some funny idea. For vegetarians, they don't have this, they say that this B12 is in this non-vegetarian foods like meat, fish, egg and all.
Yeah.
So when vegetarians, Krishna devotees, when we don't take non-veg, so what they are saying is that this B12 will be missing in your body. So it is not good. It is not. It is unhealthy for you. So they say that we will give you B12 tablets. You
Or
don't take
injection.
that injection or tablet will give you. You take that and you will feel. One of the devotees told me, devotee doctor only, nice devotee, but then she told me that Prabhu, when you are traveling outside, you always take this B12 medicines. All our devotees, doctors are also taking. She said. So what will it do? She said. I asked, what will it do? She said, no. Sometimes you will feel irritations and some uneasiness and all that. It will stop all that. Man, I am always uninitiated.
Oh my God.
So I should keep on taking B12 for the whole day or what? See the kind of nonsense that we are getting into, that this is how they are very, very smart. That's why Rockefeller means he's a demon number one. Frankly speaking, he controlled his entire family. Though he died, his entire family, the tradition, they are controlling the whole world. Like him, sir, there are some 3, 4 people who are the they change the they keep the order of the world, right? They make sure that people are always under their control. That's like mental slaves now, not physical slaves but mental slaves, right? So in every product that they are selling, you are the customer. Somewhere I read this beautiful statement. uh, what is that? This Facebook it comes for free, but it takes your time. It takes your focus. And then they say something else is also like that. It comes for free, but Netflix is free of cost, but it takes your time. And Facebook is free of cost, it takes your focus. Like that, they say. So, so when anything is free, the customer is the product. They we are the actually their product. So you utilize our weakness, So we have to be very careful in understanding these the way they solve these people. They know that when a mass movement by Prabhupada is coming up, then it will stop their meat industry, beef industry, meat industry, and all will have face a loss. So what they will do to overcome that loss, they will come up with another thing called B12. Come on, you take B12. Come on, you take this medicine. Come on, you take this paracetamol or corona, some antivirus. Sorry, vaccination. You see, so many things they will keep introducing. The virus also they will give you. Antivirus also they will give you. Right? The computer also they will give you some one operating system in which they will give you. There will be some holes in Windows and all that. You will have the virus. They will have the facility for the ways to put the virus inside. And the same country, it's the same company will give you the antivirus also. They will sell you the virus also. They will sell you the antivirus also. What they are doing in the computer, the same thing they are treating your body as the computer. Imagine the kind of risky world and they are like considered as the protector of the whole world or savior of the whole world. And they very openly they just say they have no problem because nobody can arrest them, nobody can file a case against them, right? And they call themselves in a social service. We have come to vaccinate all of India because you people are undernourished, under thing energy, all that, right? So this is where Bhagavatam plays a very important role in keeping ourselves in the faith. All these are coming because our faith in Krishna is very weak. So they take advantage of that faithlessness and push their agenda in, you know. So, sorry, our Bhaktivedanta Prabhu was raising his hand for a little while. Please, Prabhu, go ahead.
Yes, just regarding this B12. So, mango seed, what we eat during summer, mangoes. Okay.
Yeah.
The mango seeds are the richest source of B12. Okay. So there are some medicine made out of it and they are very cheap. Otherwise, the alternative medicine, what allopathy is giving for B12 is very costly. So yeah, that one thing.
Yes, Prabhu. There are many such things, Prabhu. Many such things. Yeah.
And another thing, we follow Ekadashi and intermittent fasting, if we take, that's why, all Maharajas in ISKCON, they take, only afternoon meal, full meal. And then they take, little bit in the evening. So they are so healthy. So we also follow that, no? Then we also become healthy. But the doctors, what they suggest, कि every
Hmm.
hour or every 2 hours you have to eat. So when we
See?
when we follow this, then you are going to fall ill, right?
Yeah.
तो नहीं तो उनका हाँ, चलेगा नहीं ना दुकान, like that.
Hmm.
और
It's
ऐसे
all
प्रभु
about.
बहुत सारा I will share one video on
Hmm.
heart disease also, how this heart bypass is not required, like Maharaj is saying about angiography over here. So how the
Hmm.
heart surgery is not required, our body can do natural bypass,
Hmm.
something called. So all this heart thing and this pacemaker and bypass and all, it's also myth,
Hmm.
like that. I will share one video on that, Prabhu, for
Sure,
your
Prabhu.
information. Thank you.
Yeah, no,
Hare
you
Krishna.
can share with me, Prabhu, and
Yeah.
we will discuss that further. Hmm?
Okay.
So
Thank you.
yeah, so and I just shared this in the group. I just shared it so that you know what it means. Actually. This also go to. Mm, we can go. In the meantime, we can keep reading. I think you are the screen, now. You're able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Hmm. So we didn't read the next paragraph, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. I'll read that one.
Yes.
In Bhagavatam, it is said that our medicine must be our food, and our food must be the medicine. We take ginger. Ginger is our food. Any ailment you have, please take honey and dry ginger powder, or eat fresh ginger. Ginger is the king of medicines. In Ayurveda Shastra, it is said it is known as Vishva
Vishwa
Bejad.
Beshajad. Beshajad. It's a spelling mistake. Vishwa Beshajad.
Beshajad. Vishwa Bejad means the medicine for the universe. Apart from that, for these threefold miseries, Bhagavatam gives the solution. The solution is in verse 7, 15, 24 of Srimad Bhagavatam.
So now you understand how Maharaj is cross-referencing. While he is 1540, he is referring to 7, 15, 24. Here, the solution to threefold miseries is given. So Maharaj will speak on this verse a couple of more in the next two parts also. Please, let's read this verse, Prabhu. कृपया भूतजं दुःखं दैवं जह्यात् समाधिना आत्मजं योगवीर्येण निद्रां सत्त्वनिषेवया. Let's continue, Prabhu.
By good behavior and freedom from envy, one should counteract sufferings due to other living entities by medication. By meditation in trance, one should counteract sufferings due to the providence, and by practicing hatha yoga, pranayama, and so forth, one should counteract sufferings due to the body and mind. Similarly, by developing the mode of goodness, especially in regard to eating, one should conquer sleep.
See how Maharaj is, see, Bhagavatam has
So
given
beautiful.
this three beautiful thing. One for Adi Atmika Dukkha, one for Adi Bhautika, and one for Adi Daivika. This is a beautiful line. Kripaya Bhutajam Dukkam. By good behavior and freedom from envy, one should counteract sufferings due to other living entities. This is Adi Bhautika. By meditation in trance, in other words, meditation in trance actually means chanting, right? When huge rain or flood or heavy heat in the summer and all those things are there, extreme heat, extreme cold, winter rain, everything, or some other unforeseen things like tsunami, earthquake, whatever. What will we do? We can only do chanting at that time. So meditation in trance actually the samadhi. Samadhi actually means chanting. Samadhi actually means reciting Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, chanting the prayers. What else we should do? That is what Prahlad Maharaj was doing, Drona Maharaj was doing, Kunti Maharani was doing. That is what Uttara was doing. That's what Arjuna was doing when the Brahmastra was coming. Right? So one should counteract sufferings due to providence. This is the Adi Daivika. And then Hatha Yoga Pranayama, this is again is a very nice example Maharaj used to give. I don't know if it is there in this next two parts, but I remember Maharaj quoted this very many times. Once what happened, one of our godbrothers, Devikanandan Prabhu, he was actually sick in Australia and Sydney. When they had gone there, Maharaj was also there. There was some Bhagavad Saptaha program. So in the middle of that program, one day he was sick. He couldn't even get up from the bed. So another devotee who is a army officer, army, even he was worked in army, and then retired in Singapore, from Singapore, Indian only, but in Singapore. So he told him that, oh, you are having fever. Then he said, instead of taking medicines or lying down, you get up, put on shorts and do running. When you run, your body will sweat and the sweat will come out, and with the sweat, the fever also will go away. And he said, that's what I would do whenever I was sick. That's why I am here and healthy. So he said, Hatha Yoga, Pranayama, these things and all, they also you can do yoga, but when normal fevers or something is there, you can also do this. That you have to be actually active. The more we are, Maharaj, that's why he will say further down that we should do productive work, not simply jog for 4 miles without doing anything. Take a bag along with you, go buy vegetables, and while come jogging home with a bag of vegetables or fruits or groceries, whatever you are buying. So like that, Maharaj used to give a lot of nice, very practical instructions. So let's read further in this section. Be really nice. Next
Somebody
part,
else
who? But yeah, someone else can read the next part. But before we go there, any questions, comments, Prabhu Mataji's?
Maharaj is actually explaining it so nicely that this is the actual reality of our life, Prabhuji, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like 2 years, Prabhuji, just one thing, like 2 years back, I was told that you got diabetes. I said, I've never, nobody in the family has got diabetes. He says, yes, you are the first one who has started. I was wondering how suddenly, like in Kenya, there was no diabetes. And here, okay.
Yeah.
And, is it on the borderline? No, it's high. We have to give you medication. So, I said, okay. So before they gave me before they gave me the medication, I was about to travel to Kenya at that time. So I said, okay, I have to travel somewhere. Once I come back, I will take the medication. He says, okay, but you have to take. I said, okay. So I went to Kenya and I got it myself tested, and they were surprised. Who told you that you got diabetes? I said, but yeah, and they actually tested my blood and they gave me a report here. So I taken that report with me. So that doctor said, I want to challenge these people. This report is not correct. Imagine, Prabhuji. And like initially, when they told me you got diabetes, I got scared. And I was telling my daughters that, oh, I've got diabetes. They said, Daddy, you can't get it. And it was no diabetes. So you see, here, they do cheating also. And the reports also, they do cheating. Shocked,
Very true,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji, can you just
Yes.
elaborate on this point that
Sorry. Yes.
by
yes. Sorry,
developing the mode of goodness,
Ah,
can you please elaborate on this point? By developing the mode of goodness, especially in regard to eating, one can conquer sleep. Can you please elaborate on this?
Yes, Mataji. This is good. Geeta Mataji, who said this? I'm sorry. Who was speaking?
This is Vijaya
Vijay
Sarvada
Mataji.
Mataji.
Vijaya Sarvada Mataji. Okay. Sorry. So this is a very, very beautiful point actually here. See, I will tell you this thing. Where is that now? I move to the next part, no? Yeah. It's here. By developing the mode of goodness, especially in regard to eating, one should conquer sleep. Nidram Sattva Nishevayam. See, what happens is Ahara Suddhe Sattva Suddha. Sattva Suddhe Dhruva Smriti. Smriti Lambe Sarva Grantinam Vipramokshaha. This is the shloka that is there in one of the purport Prabhupada quotes that in the second chapter. when Shuddha Ahar, when we eat in the mode of goodness, especially prasadam, what happens is it doesn't have those subtle energies which are agitating, like the passionate and ignorance thing will not be there, right? So when conquering sleep here does not mean you don't sleep. Conquering sleep actually means you sleep at the right time, you get up at the right time, and you still feel fresh. Like, or for example,
Yes.
instead in place of 6 hours, if you sleep 2 hours also, you will feel fresh, right? That is what actually means conquering sleep. Conquering sleep doesn't mean I will never sleep at all. That doesn't happen. You need to sleep to refresh your body, right? But the thing is, when you are not eating, so when you develop the mode of goodness, you will not eat too much, right? What is that? Uh, पैर रखो गरम, पेट रखो नरम, सिर रखो ठंडा, फिर भी आए वैद्य तो मारो डंडा. That's the thing that we learn in our colloquial statements, right? So पैर रखो गरम, you walk, like we said about where you put on the shorts and walk or jog. That is, we keep your feet warm by always walking, not putting it in the hot water. You just walk. Even putting in the hot water is also good, but basically we need to give up this alasya, laziness. Hmm? So that is pair rako garam. Then pet rako naram. When you are in the mode of goodness, you will eat just enough. Don't fill your stomach just because. What is the difference between mode of goodness and the lower modes? The lower modes means even if you are not hungry, you will see something very tasty, you will eat, isn't it? You want it for your sense gratification. But if in the mode of goodness you are eating, you will eat only up to half the stomach. Remaining quarter you will fill with water, and the remaining quarter, the rest of the 75% will filled with water and food, and the remaining 25% will be empty, so that there is space for the air to go in and go out, isn't it? And that is what will digest our body, because the agni is the agni inside the body, inside the stomach, which is the whatever that jatar agni, whatever they call it, that fire, jatar agni, they call that. No, so that has to be fanned by the air, the right air, and the vayu, I mean. So the vayu has to flow properly. So when you are in the mode of goodness, your mind is calm. It doesn't unnecessarily hanker for so many things. And then when you are eating also, you know that, okay, when you have to stop. Somebody will come and feed this, feed that, and you will not say, oh, this is nice, I will eat more. In the place of one sweet, you will eat 4 sweets. Like that, when you hanker for things, that is lower modes. So when you say enough, I don't want anything more than this, that is mode of goodness. So when we eat at the right time, right quantity, and right type of food, which is prasadam, and it's like nice, easily digestible food, and hot prasadam, not just cold, which is you put in the refrigerator, heat it and eat, heat it and eat. That is tamasic food, stale food. Any food has to be honored within few hours. For prasadam has some little exception, but by and large, we should not keep reheating, because reheating actually spoils the content, the energy content inside that. So all these are part of the mode of goodness eating, ahara shuddha, right? Shuddha ahara. So when you do ahara shuddha, sattva shuddhi, you will stay in the mode of goodness. In ahara shuddha, you will stay in the mode of goodness, sattva shuddhi. Sattva shuddha, dhruva smriti. Smriti means you will remember things. Your remembrance capacity, your memory capacity increases. Dhruva smriti, you are able to remember. Smriti lambe sarva grantinam vipramoksha, means we will get relieved from all the granthis, means knots. See, for example, I will tell you one simple example, Mataji. Now, suppose one devotee or any person, person who has been very good friends with me, suddenly he is scolding me, or he is doing something harmful to me, and I am upset, hurt by it, right? When I am in the mode of goodness, my smriti will be lamba, long. What will be done? But what will be the outcome then? I will not immediately stop. See, this person has done this wrong to me. He had offended me. He has hurt me. And I will forget all the good things he had done in the past and just simply focus on this only. That is passion, ignorance. When you are in goodness, you will see the good qualities in him. Now he may be acting bad, but he may have good qualities in him. And he might have done something good in the longer, like 10, 20 years ago, he might have done something, whatever that small thing. So you will remember that. And then what will happen? When you Smriti Lambe, when you do that, then you will balance against all the 99 good things he did against one wrong thing he did. Then you will see that, hey, this is nothing, yeah, you just forget about it. So how then what happens? You don't create enmity with that person. You are friend, you are happy with that person's thing. You are calm and peaceful. So when you are calm and peaceful in relationships, then naturally sleep will be easy and calm. So that is how the Lamba Smriti helps you. Smriti Lambe Sarva Granthi now. If you have an enmity towards somebody, hey, he's my enemy, he's my drohi, and all those things we say, that is one knot. How much I did to this person, and he forgot whatever all good things I did to him. So ungrateful. That is a knot. Each of these feelings are coming because of my lack of Lamba Smriti. You understand?
Okay.
I only see the immediate thing. What is somebody will be telling, hey, this person is wrong. This person is doing all, speaking all these bad things about you. Then you say, oh, is it? You will immediately will accept it. I know him. He is like that one. This is a result of lower moods. But what will you do if you have a Lamba Smriti due to this sequence? You say, no, I know him for a long time. 25 years we are friends. Today, even if he is really speaking like that, I value only that more, not this. So I am happy. You please leave me alone. So this kind of backbiting and some poking and all those things you will not succumb to. You will not get sucked into these things. So this is how you give up all the disturbing elements that come and disturb your sleep. So what happens when somebody is disturbed like that? They will lie down in the bed for 8 hours also, but still they will feel like lazy, lethargic, not able to get out of the bed. And even after getting out of the bed, they feel some body pain, this pain, that pain, all those hangover, whatever we may call it, that is all there. Whereas when your consciousness is like this, this is good only, seeing everybody in a good space, then what happens is your sleep, even if it is 2 hours, it is equivalent to 4, 5, 6 hours. Even an half an hour sleep, you will feel like you are energized back to normal. The sleep is basically to bring back that energy. That's all what you have, so that you can get up and work. So this is how when we develop the mode of goodness, first thing is like, it all starts up with from the mouth. Whatever we are putting in, whatever we are speaking, this is how these two things that the mouth does, the tongue does. So whatever you are putting in is the only thing that goes inside the body, and there is no other way you can put these harmful things inside the body.
Okay.
In the mind, you can put through the ear holes. You can put this thing in the body, right? So in the mind, ears, eyes, it will take you to the mind directly. But this is the only thing that will take your things from external into the body, right? So that's where the whole thing starts from this. The food that goes inside energizes our body. I mean, energy in whatever way, bad or good, and it then spreads everywhere. That whole thing continues. So does that help, Mataji?
Yes,
How the
Prabhuji.
sequence works?
Yeah, I understood, Prabhuji. So food is one of the aspect, or it is the
It is a
aspect?
main aspect. That's why in the starting point, what is that thing? The nectar of instruction, first shloka. Jihva.
Vacho vegam,
Vacho
manasa
vegam.
krodha vegam.
Vacho vegam, manasa
Vacho
krodha
vegam manasa
vegam,
udaro
jihva
upastha
vegam,
vegam.
udara upastha vegam. Right? So vacho vegam, Manasa, Krodha Vegam, Jihva Vegam, the tongue, it's the urge of the tongue, and Udara Pasta Vegam, directly that is connected to the stomach. And the stomach is where there are 3 points as far as I know, my limited knowledge I'm telling. There are 3 points where all the energy points in our body, all the nerves they meet. One is in the feet, and another is in the nabi part, and the third thing is the neck, this thing, top part, I think, if I'm not wrong, correct? So the nabi part is a very important part. That is why the direct our sound, the chanting, the sound vibration, all these things are directly connected with the rectification of the knots in the nabi. And because that is where the digestion and everything happens also, and that is where the sound also produced. That's why we call nabhi, we call it. Everything, even for Mahavishnu also, the creative, the lotus comes from the nabhi, right? But Brahma was born from the Kamala nabhi, the Kamala, the lotus from the nabhi. So this is a very important part, the navel. It should be kept very soft. The more soft we keep it, the more our body will be behaving all right. And from here, all the thing goes, the energy, everything goes to all the parts of the body. Because everything we put first directly, it goes to the stomach, no? There only all the main thing happens, and then it gets distributed everywhere. That's the thing. This is our science. This is the science that very commonsensical science it is. Sunil Prabhu, you raised your hand.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes,
You were talking
Prabhuji.
about Prabhuji, you were talking about the sleep, right? So I heard like if you sleep from 9 to 12, right? It's 3 hours sleep is equal to 6 hours sleep.
Yes, Prabhu, that's very true. Yeah, my Guru Maharaj used to say a very similar statement there. After 9 o'clock in the night, every hour you delay your sleep, you have to sleep 2 hours extra for that. If you sleep at 9 and get up at 3, right? That how you are rejuvenated. Now you are sleeping at 10, then you have to get up at 5. 10 to 4 is not equal to 9 to 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
You understand what
And
I'm
Prabhuji,
saying?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
Prabhuji,
yeah.
sir. Nice point, Prabhu. Thank you.
And Prabhuji, I have a question, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, this first type of misery, it's mentioned Adi Atmik or Adhyatmik.
Adhyatmik,
Was
not
the
Adi.
yeah? How
It's not
how-
Adi, it's Adhyatmik.
but Prabhuji, Adhyatmik is spiritual. So how spiritual can be a misery? So
No,
I just want to
Adi, not no, the two does are no Adhyatmik.
Adhyatmik.
Yeah,
Okay.
Adhyatmik has two meaning, Prabhu.
Right.
One is that is which is beyond our control. Right?
Okay.
It can be seen in two different ways. One way is that which is controlled by the Devatas. Another thing is Adhyatmik means which is completely spiritual. Same like
Right.
for Atma, we have two different meanings, no, Prabhu. 3 different meanings. Atma can refer to mind also, Atma can refer to body also, Atma can refer to soul also. And karma also, the word karma refers to both action as well as reaction. You know that, right?
Right, Prabhu.
In English only we have two different words, action, reaction. But in Sanskrit we have only one, that is karma.
Right. Okay.
Right? So like that,
Right.
Prabhu. It is
Okay.
understood. Adhyatmik, Adhidaivik, Adi Atmik, not Adhyatmik. Adi Atmik,
Okay.
Adhidaivik,
Okay.
Adi
Okay.
Bhautik.
I got it. I got it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you for the clarity.
Thank you. The Bhaktivedanta Prabhu? Yes.
Yes, Prabhu, you were talking about, mouth, it plays a very important role. So one day what happened, all organs were fighting, like legs, hands, ears, and everyone was fighting. And then it came to tongue and, our tooth, within 32 tooths we have. Okay. So tongue said, okay, no, I am the great. Then tooth said, no, we are 32 and you are just one alone. Okay. So tongue said, if मैं चल जाती हूँ, अगर मैं चल जाती हूँ तो 32 का 32 बाहर आ जाएगा. So if I speak some bad word, you will be, you know, out like 32, no role to play. So another then I was just, and you quoted that I remembered you gave that in that class, you know, 3 principles. पैर गरम और सर ठंडा और या पेट नरम. So प्रभु इसमें नरम. हाँ. So प्रभु इसमें जो माता जी का क्वेश्चन था, आइडियली है ना, इतना जो है ना, जो हैंड में आता है उतना ही हमको खाना खाना चाहिए एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, इतना ही. और दूसरा एडिशनल अगर हम खाते हैं ना, आप एक्सपीरियंस करो जो इधर महाराज जी बताए, वन शुड कॉन्कर स्लीप. इसका मतलब थोड़ा भी अगर आपने ओवर ईटिंग किया ना, तो आप वहीं से उठ नहीं पाओगे, उधर ही सोने का मन होगा आपको. और अगर आपने 80% के नीचे खाना खाया है ना, देन यू विल फील फ्रेश and you will go for another work, you know, another round of work. But 80% से ज्यादा अगर आपने खाया है और पहला डकार आता है ना, फर्स्ट डकार पे हमको स्टॉप करना चाहिए. तो कोई लोग का फर्स्ट डकार पे खाना चालू होता है, you know, it's like that. So ऐसा ओवर ईटिंग gets into ओवर स्लीपिंग. So इसमें मुझे
sometimes it disturbs your sleep also, Prabhu. You eat so much that you can't even roll. You'll sleep rolling. You'll keep rolling in the bed, but you will not get sleep at all.
अच्छा. और गौतम बुद्धा का लाइफ में एक स्टोरी था प्रभु. So he left everything and meditating. And after meditating for so many days, so he was feeling, you know, drowsy and weak and all that thing. So एक गांव का लेडी वहां से पास हो रहा था. तो she was just singing कि वो तानपुरा रहता है ना, तानपुरा, उसका तार को ज्यादा स्ट्रेस करेंगे ना तो टूट जाएगा ऐसा. तो देन he got the realization, हाँ मुझे ज्यादा स्ट्रेस नहीं करना चाहिए. Then he, you know, opened his eye and took some water like that. So युक्ताहार विहारस्य, ये भगवान ने भी बताया है. So everything in control way actually will benefit us like that.
And you see in Dhruva's case also, he did gradual increase of austerity. He didn't start right from day one doing this, you know, completely shutting off everything. He first did with 3 days of water, then 3 days of something, fruits and all that. Like that, he slowly gave one by one. So we have to be, you know, sequential, step by step. We have to take the austerities. That will stay longer. Thank you, Prabhu.
So Prabhu, just
yes, Prabhu.
आपने जो अच्छा पॉइंट निकाला, so लास्ट में ध्रुव महाराज ने पूरा हवा जो अंदर ले लिया था, then everyone was feeling suffocated. Is it possible, or how we should understand?
Yeah, definitely. Whatever is possible is only there in Bhagavatam. If something is there in Bhagavatam, it means it is possible. If something is not there in Bhagavatam, means it is not possible.
Okay, so everything means all the air he was actually practically.
He was able to. He was able to control. Prabhu, you see that by the austerity, air doesn't mean. See, air is only the physical one of the Mahapanchabhut, right? Panchamahabhut. So like that, you can control all the totality of the different elements. When you are able to control, this is where, this is the proof that Paramatma inside the heart is also there, and he is also feeling the, he is also making it happen. Because when he was controlling the entire this thing, then Paramatma inside Dhruva's body is present in everybody's body. And that is why he made everybody feel suffocated by his closing his thing. In other words, one person's austerity will have its impact on the entire world. And
So,
one person's, yes, Prabhuji.
So I remember the example of Krishna eating that, you know, small particle from Akshay Patra. And not only that, 50,000 sages were satisfied, but entire universe was satisfied.
Universe was satisfied. Yes. That is that Yasmin Tushte Jagat Tushtam.
Supreme Personality.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
You see, Prabhu, it was only Prabhupada doing the austerity. Now the whole world is getting the benefit out of it. Right? When he was doing when he was writing Bhagavatam in Damodar, who knew that he was writing? But you see how it had created an impact on the whole world. Yesterday I was hearing one of our very nice devotee, Saraswati Mataji. I think Hemati Mataji might have experienced it. She was telling me about that Ujjwala Mataji and Bharat Chandra Prabhu, and how Mataji is distributing 500 more than 500 Bhagavatam sets every month. And she's a pediatrician, 3 kids, very young kids. And so on top of it, she is reading Bhagavatam also regularly, and she is distributing Bhagavatam also. She has everybody she is inspiring to distribute. And by her inspiration, Saraswati Mataji distributed 10 sets in one day. Just like that.
Haribol.
So the thing is, this is how one person's thing will have its impact on everyone else. Prabhupada has written, and when you read, you will realize that there is so much there. There is one more amazing devotee in US. We went from India only. His name is Mahotsaha Prabhu. You must have heard. He comes in YouTube and inspiring devotees. He travels all over in the US, and he's a brahmachari. He is the only thing he does. He breaks his own records. In 1 month, he distributes 3,000 sets. And next month he distributes 3,500 sets. Like that, he just keeps distributing books left, right, and center, top, bottom, everywhere. So, and he says, I am inspired only by Prabhupada's purports. One line I read, and then it gives me so much inspiration to continue. There's so many nice things that are happening, but where is all the source of this inspiration coming from? Because Prabhupada wrote such a wonderful, unparalleled commentary on Bhagavatam, Bhaktivedanta purports, nobody will have the benefit of advantage as we have. That is how Prabhu. It's not only Panchamahabhut we can control everything, provided Krishna is come. I just wanted to share this beautiful purport which I read yesterday, one verse and purport. A definition of Bhagavatam. Definition of not Bhagavatam. Sorry, definition of the costless mercy. I know we are going to miss our original plan to read the 3 parts. But once we get into this, we will not be able to read the other 2 parts. But I think Krishna reminded me. I was thinking about sharing this, and Krishna has reminded me. So I think I should obey Krishna's order and not stick to our plans blindly. I will tell you, it's in 6th canto, 19th chapter. Maybe someone else can take over sharing. Gaurav Prabhu or someone who can share.
I'll share.
Yes,
I'll share,
yes.
Prabhuji.
Yeah, because I will read from the book. Where is it? Yes.
619, which shloka, Prabhuji?
619, 5, Prabhu. Amazing purport. I just fell in love with this purport yesterday. I wanted to write the whole purport, but there is only that much space, so I took some few lines from there and wrote it. Now let's read the verse. Someone want to read the verse? See, this also talks about Kripaya Bhutya, about mercy. We are talking about how freedom from envy and being merciful will relieve us of the Adi Bhautika misery. Who wants to read this verse now?
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Can I
Please.
recite?
Someone was asking. Who was that?
Mataji, you please read. Yes, Mataji, you can read.
Was it Kamaldi Mataji? Vijay Mataji, yes.
Tejasa mahimaudyasa justa isha gunai sarvais tathosi bhagavan prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Please, can you read the translation also? Kamalini Mataji, I know you raised your hand. We will come to your point once we complete this verse, Mataji. Or you can read the purport after Mataji reads the translation. Yeah. Vijay Mataji, please read the translation.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. O my Lord, because you are endowed with causeless mercy, all opulence, all prowess, and all glories, strength, and transcendental qualities, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of everyone.
Here, the beauty here is Krishna is endowed with causeless mercy. Then opulence, prowess, glories, strength, transcendental, everything is there. But mercy is kept separate. Causeless mercy is kept separate. It doesn't come under the category of transcendental qualities. Even though it is one of them, is exclusively put it separately. right? Because that is the only most important. Even if Krishna doesn't have other transcendental qualities, this causeless mercy is one thing which we are, all are dependent on, right? So now let's read the purport. Maybe Kamalini. Yes, Mataji, please go ahead. No, in this verse, the words, the purport.
In this verse, the words tato asi Bhagavan Prabhu means, therefore, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the master of everyone. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is endowed with all six opulences in full, and moreover, he extremely kind to his devotees. Although he is full in himself, he nonetheless wants all the living entities to surrender unto him, so that they may engage in his service. Thus, he becomes satisfied. Although he is full in himself, he nonetheless becomes pleased when his devotee offers him patram pushpam phalam thoyam, a leaf, flower, fruit, or water in devotion. Sometimes the Lord, as the child of mother, his particular. 1 second, I didn't miss it.
You are reading from the screen, Mataji?
Yeah, I'm reading from the screen.
Okay,
Prabhu,
can you please increase the font, zoom it a bit?
Okay.
Zoom the screen. Yes, Prabhu.
Sometimes the Lord, as the child of Mother Yashoda, requests his devotees for some food, as if he cannot enjoy.
No. As if he were very hungry.
He were very hungry. Sometimes he tells his devotees in a dream that his temple and his garden are now very old, and that he cannot enjoy them very nicely. Thus he requests the devotees to repair them.
This is very interesting.
Yeah.
Read from here. It's a very beautiful thing, Prabhupada, right? Yeah.
Sometimes he is buried in the earth. He cannot, and as if unable to come out himself, he requests his devotees to rescue him.
Who was this? Who was this?
Gopalji. Gopalji.
Gopalji, and to whom?
Madhavendra Puri.
Yes.
Unable to come out himself.
Difficult
he requests his devotees to rescue him. Sometimes he requests his devotees to preach his glories all over the world, although he alone is quite competent to perform this task.
So to whom did he do this?
Prabhupada.
And how about Krishna?
Arjuna.
How about
Arjuna.
And how about Brahma, Narada? Right?
Yeah.
All of them are also inspired to do the same thing. Right? Okay. Yes. How nice is, Prabhupada's writing here. Yeah.
This purport is so nice, Prabhu. It's so
sweet.
touching.
That's why I told you, you will fall in love with this purport. Yeah, please continue. You even more, you will fall in love. Yeah.
Even though the Supreme Personality of Godhead is endowed with all possessions and is self-sufficient, it depends on his devotees. Therefore, the relationship of the Lord with his devotees is extremely confidential.
So nobody knows why he can do everything, but he is still dependent on the devotees. The others will just be wondering why he is doing. Only the devotees will know. That's why it's a very confidential. It is very confidential.
Only the devotee can perceive how the Lord, although full of himself, depends on his devotee for some particular work. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita, where the Lord tells Arjuna, Nimitta matrena bhava savya sachin. O Arjuna, merely be an instrument in the fight. Lord Krishna had the competence to win the battle of Kurukshetra, but nonetheless, he induced his devotee Arjuna to fight and become the cause of victory. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was quite competent enough to spread his name and mission all over the world, but still he depended upon his devotees to do his work.
This is how nice, here it is. Prabhupada is always giving credit to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his Guru Maharaj. He never took it for himself. That is why he is so successful. Yes.
Considering all these points, the most important aspect of the Supreme Lord's self-sufficiency is that he depends on his devotees.
Now I
This
have
is-
a question. Now I have a question. This should be taken as your offline work or offline seva, whatever. Read this line again. Considering all these points.
Considering all these points, the most important aspect of the Supreme Lord's self-sufficiency is that he depends on his devotees.
Now, self-sufficiency means you are not supposed to depend on anybody, right? Whereas
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhupada is writing here, the most important aspect of self-sufficiency is his dependency on the devotees. So how can it be self-sufficient? How it is both are contradictory.
So, but
We are part and parcel of
the
Lord.
love that
No.
love that he gets from his devotees, that love he gets from his devotees, that he cannot get himself.
No, but then why he is saying self-sufficiency?
Because
He should not be self-sufficient. He is missing something. That's the homework I want you all to take up and think over and maybe discuss in our group. Okay. So this is why I said definition of causeless mercy is in this verse, and it will be inconceivable. Now, read the next line, Mataji, please.
This is called his causeless mercy. The
Now
devotee
see now this is called his causeless mercy. Means this is the definition of causeless mercy, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. So we have to go back and see the statement. He's saying
In spite
considering
of
all
his-
these points.
In spite of
He's
all
saying
his self-sufficiency, he still depends on his devotees. That is his causeless mercy.
correct. That is understood. But tell me how the being dependent on his devotees, he can still call himself self-sufficient.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna
Yes.
Prabhu.
Yes.
He is self-sufficient, but he still wants a jiva to take this opportunity to serve him, so that they can be uplifted.
No, but the word used is it depends. Jivas are different. Jivas, all the jivas are, he is not dependent on all the jivas. He is dependent on his devotees.
Yeah. So for devotees, he has kept the service open, that whosoever will take this chance of this service.
But that also
they
he
will
could have
be,
done, no. That also he could have done, no.
he-
Why he's no, if he is doing it through
he
others
has
itself
no-
means he is no. My point is that the word dependency and self-sufficiency are contradictory. They cannot. They are not complementing each other. Yes or no? Is my statement
Yes.
valid or not?
Yes,
In
I
fact,
understand.
So-
I'm not.
So that is where I want some contemplation.
Prabhuji, Hare
Brainstorm.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna, Prabhuji. Subhashni here,
Yes.
Prabhu.
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Yes.
So here it is given, Prabhu. So therefore, the relationship of the Lord with his devotees is extremely confidential. Only the
Yeah.
devotees can perceive how the Lord, although full in himself, depends on his devotee for some particular work.
Correct.
So
So
that
we are all
means he-
devotees. So we are all
So-
aspiring devotees. We should be knowing it. We can
Yes,
perceive. So we should
he
perceive the
wants to
contradiction
give
here.
credit to his devotees, Prabhu. Means the Lord wants, Lord can do everything by himself, but he wants to give the
Correct. But
credit to
there's
his
one thing that is
devotees.
still missing. Everything is fine. All are correct. I'm not denying any of those. There's one small
Hare
thing that is
Krishna,
missing.
Hare Krishna,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Is it because we are all part of Krishna?
We are part of Krishna, but what about it? What is the next step? We are coming to the right direction.
So the jivas fighting with their senses, no? For them, he is given an opportunity to come out from the senses to serve the Krishna. Instead of serving senses, serve me. That's how we'll be liberated and you can come close to me.
Correct, but he is telling depends on his devotees. We are all talking about jivas.
We all have same qualities as Krishna.
That will
in
reveal
minute.
the transcendental sublime relationship between Krishna and his devotees. That's why I'm trying to focus on this point. This line was very intriguing for me when I read yesterday. Everything is nice. Well, like Kapil Singh Mataji was telling just now, very nice nectarian purport, everything is fine. But here Prabhupada put one slide small, what do you call that, turned the card upside down. So you have to open it to see whether it is all falling in place, right? So that's where I am asking, when Krishna is called self-sufficient, in fact, the statement itself is very interesting. Considering
Like
also
Prabhuji-
more important aspect of the Supreme Lord self-sufficiency, most important aspect of the Supreme Lord self-sufficiency is that he depends on his devotees. I know Sachinandana Prabhu's message, something in the chat. While somebody was about to say that, I'll read this. Parents of self-sufficient, however, when their children offer something, they are very happy. So, though parents of self-sufficient, they are dependent on children's reciprocation. Okay, you come to the example. That's correct. But this example should be translated into the concept. Now
like
we have,
Prabhuji,
yes.
Supreme Lord is present in our heart. So when we are happy, he is able to perceive that happiness. He is able to, I mean, I'm not able to put it through. When the Jiva is happy, the Supreme Lord who is in our heart, he is also pleased, right? Maybe for that
Correct.
reason.
All these
So,
are nice.
Prabhuji,
Yes. Yes,
Prabhu,
Prabhu.
what I was saying is like the Lord is although self-sufficient, he depends on his devotees because the devotees can express their love to the Lord.
Okay.
Being there, yeah. So when they express their love, the Lord, although self-sufficient, so in a way he gives the chance to the devotees to actually reciprocate to him, and I mean have a relationship. Although Lord is self-sufficient, but then he actually gives chance devotees to express their love and do something which he himself is able to do. But I mean, due to that loving relationship, I mean, then he is giving that chance.
Like it is in the last line, Prabhu, that master and servant. The devotee has perceived
you complete the purport. You complete the purport.
The
This
last
is called
line.
as causeless
This
mercy.
is called his causeless mercy. The devotee who has perceived this causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead understands the master
by
and the
realization.
servant.
No, by realization.
The Godhead, by realization, can understand the master and the servant.
Okay. So now
maybe
Prabhupada is
something in this.
saying, if we realize this point, then we understand the our relationship with Krishna, and that is what will make us also peaceful. Now, whatever you said, everything is correct. I'm not saying everything is like examples given, then all the statements are fine. They all boil down to one single point. That is what we need to understand. What that point will remove this contradiction between self-sufficiency and dependency. Even in our relationships also. No, that is all statement. Fine, Prabhu. I'm not denying that, but that also still doesn't take you closer to that point.
Prabhuji, we are only giving back what he has already given us.
Correct. So
he's already self-sufficient, and we are he's depending the sense that we are giving back only what he has empowered us with.
Yeah. So now I will come to the final point. I all told enough thing. There's only one thing that everything boils down to. That is Krishna sees everybody as part and parcel. Not only we, Mama Vamsho Jivaloka, everybody, every living entity is part and parcel. But devotees, he treats them as himself, as his own. So it's not a separate thing. When he says I am dependent on my devotees, I am dependent on myself. Because they are mine. You understand now the difference between devotees and the other living entities? Sadhur hridayam mahyam, sadhunam hridayam toham. Madanya tena jananti, naham tebhyo managapi. They are in my heart, I am in them. I don't know anyone other than them. They don't know anyone other than me. So now Krishna says that if somebody glorifies my devotees, actually they are glorifying me. If somebody is criticizing my devotees, they are criticizing me. So there is practically no difference between Krishna and his pure devotees. That is what Krishna feels. Ekatvam, Bhagavatam always says this word ekatvam, no? the slight difference between the Ekatvam of Mayavadis and Ekatvam of the devotees. Prabhupada writes that in the purport. They are one in consciousness. They are one in thinking, one in thoughts. Though the body is two separate body, but they are one in thought, like how Krishna and Radharani are. Right? With devotees, though they are Jiva Bhutas, etc., but when we become really pure and when we are really self-realized and in the Atma platform, we also feel that we are we are just Krishnas, nothing else. We are Krishnas and Krishna is ours. This kind of relationship is where the dependency and self-sufficiency will coincide. Other than this, that it won't coincide. You understand? Like Sachindan Prabhu was telling about say children and parents. Suppose children score very high mark, or they become doctor or engineer, whatever the profession they may be, very good, very famous, whatever. The father feels as if he has done this, isn't it? Does the father feel that oh, only my son has done it, I have not done it? Do they feel upset about it? I couldn't become a doctor, but my son became a doctor, my daughter became a doctor. I'm still unhappy about it. Will they feel like that? Why? Because they feel the son or daughter as the part of themselves. When they feel the pain, when they go through some difficulty, they feel the pain. When they go through whatever they may be fighting with you, they may be whatever they may be, but still, when they are going through difficulty, they feel the pain. When they have health issues, they feel the pain. When they are achieve something, they feel the pleasure. They go everywhere and as if they have achieved the whole thing, whatever achievement that is, the goal that is, they feel it is that themselves have done it, isn't it? So they don't feel being dependent on their children. Like, so they say, bring water for me, they will not feel bad. If I have to ask someone else, then they will feel, oh, I should not bother that person, I should not bother this person. So that kind of a tight relationship is there between devotees and Krishna. And that is where your self-sufficiency, because you are self-sufficient, you don't feel that I am dependent on him, I am dependent on her, nothing of that sort will be there. This material example of a father-son also will break at some point. Mother-daughter also will break at some point, right? When you are in the when you are in the say suppose you are in the bedridden in the hospital or whatever, and your son or daughter is fighting with you, upset with you, cause harm to you, and they are then saying, I will not come to help you. You will not want to ask help from them. But with Krishna, you will never be able to do that because the relationship is 100% spiritual. This example can go only to a certain point, but then just to give a little indication, because that's what most of the people in this world experience it, isn't it? So does it help now how all of your points are brought into this one thing? Unless and until we come to this point that I am Krishna's, whatever is happening to me or what people are giving me glorification, that is to Krishna. People are what is that Tulya Ninda Stutir Mavani. So their Ninda they do also, they are doing it to Krishna, not to me. You will not be touched by anything material. And this is called the causeless mercy, means now all these points what Krishna, Prabhupada has written about Krishna, he could have done everything himself, but he is using us. That is where the devotees will realize how merciful the Lord is, that even though he could do everything, he is just choosing me, that one small chitta kana, small speck in this whole universe, in all the worlds, to do this service. Of all the people in the world, he has chosen some 20, 25 of us to sit together and relish this purpose. Isn't it? How much merciful he is. This is realizing his causeless mercy. And this is when the realization, the devotee who has perceived this causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by realization. This discussion leads to realization. We are all sharing our realizations. All of you have shared wonderful realizations, right? But all boils down to this one point. That's why you see in many places, Krishna will say, they are me, they are in me. There is no difference. That's why when devotees are harmed, Krishna feels the pain. When devotees are happy, Krishna feels the happiness. Now you got it. What is only small thing that need to be added? It's like you put all the ingredients in the cooking item. No, that small thing that's in salt had to be added. That's all. And then once you add it, it becomes completely relishable, right? So this then we realize can understand. Once you realize this, understand that master and servant. Krishna is master and we are servant. In every single thing, we can realize that. Yes. Sorry, I think 1 minute. Let's see. Yes, yes, Uday. Bhaktivedanta Prabhu, please. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Prabhu, 9.29, Bhagavad Gita, Lord is saying, Samom Sarva Bhuteshu Name Dveshasti Napriya, Ye Bhajanti Tom Mam Bhaktya, Mahi Teteshu Chapyaham.
Mahite. I was looking forward to. What is the translation, Prabhu?
Yeah, so, yeah, translation, I'll just open, Prabhu.
Yeah, in the meantime, Sachinandana Prabhu is saying, but still when someone is blasphemous to Krishna, we must retaliate and tolerate. We must retaliate and tolerate when someone offended at us. Is this a question or statement, Prabhu? You're right, but I'm just asking.
Prabhu, maybe we can discuss a little bit more on this.
On this, what is that exactly you're saying? When someone blasphemes to Krishna, we must retaliate. Yes, we can't retaliate in whatever way that is within our capacity.
Prabhuji, you just mentioned, so if someone is actually doing glorification, we should understand it is for Lord Krishna. At the same time, if someone do ninda, that also we should understand that he is doing for Krishna. But while taking these two things, if it's a glorification, we should pass on as it is. When it is a ninda, maybe when should we correct and when should we pass on that to also Krishna?
Yes, that is very simple, Prabhu. When our false ego is hurt, we should keep quiet. When our false ego is not hurt, we should. You got it, Prabhu? I know your next question will be, when will you know when your false ego is hurt or not?
Prabhu, shall I read? 9.29?
Yes, Prabhu. In the meantime,
I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend. He is in me, and I am also a friend to him.
This is the thing. He is in me. He is in me means there is no difference between him and me. Krishna doesn't see any difference between the two of us.
So thank you, Prabhu. It was wonderful. We could not imagine the way you did it. Thank you so much.
That's what I was thinking yesterday. Since yesterday, I was reading through, and this one line really something which I have to think a little bit into it. And Prabhupada so beautifully giving the definition. This is causeless mercy.
Prabhu, this way you will find, Krishna in somewhere Bhagavatam, that also you let us know.
I was going to put this thing to the group that devotees can have a charcha around it. But we'll come back now. Sachinandana Lal Prabhu's question. Prabhu, can you explain? Please come back again so that everybody can recap on that point. That somebody is blaspheming Krishna.
No, Prabhuji, you already mentioned, no?
I answered, no? That is. We should know whether we are hurt.
Only how we should. Sometimes we should make judgment about ourselves. So
yes, Prabhu. Whether it is
some
it's very simple.
Some pointers, maybe for everyone.
Yeah, very simple thing, Prabhu. If my false ego is hurt or not, how will I know? When my false ego is hurt, when somebody is doing something, when my false ego is hurt, I will keep brooding over it. Suppose I reacted in a certain way, in an angry way, then I will keep telling people that this is why you saw how bad he behaved. That's why I did like this. That's why I did like this. Why? Because internally I know I did a mistake. I want to convince others that what I did was right. Like how this Shringi was after cursing Parikshit Maharaj went and cried to his father, our Shamik Rishi. If he was all right, already he cursed. He doesn't have to go and cry again to his father. He wanted some acknowledgement from his father that अच्छा बेटा तुमने अच्छा किया, इतना प्यार करते हो तुम मुझसे, how much you are loving me, thank you so much. Like that he thought he will do, but he was not doing. He was criticizing. He was scolding him. Father was scolding the son, so he started crying before that, right? So it's like that, we also internally will know that my false ego is hurt when somebody is doing ninda to me. You are not at all doing the service properly, man. What are you doing? Then we will not see, if we see that criticism is coming from Krishna, then we will take it in a positive way, right? And if we see that glorification also coming from Krishna, we will see this nimitta matram bhavasa vesasya. On the other hand, if I see that glorification is coming from some other person, then I will see that person as a separate friend, or that person as a separate enemy. You see, then what happens is anybody who is glorifying me is my friend. Anybody who is criticizing me is an enemy. But everybody is our friend. Why? Because everybody who is doing anything to me is inspired by Krishna to do it. So that is how we will see Krishna in everybody. When we are seeing Krishna, when I see myself and Krishna, then I will see Krishna in everybody, no? And that is where we can understand whether we are in false ego or not. If we are seeing Krishna in everybody and accept it as coming from Krishna, then we will take it. Then we will take it easily, right? So that that is the important thing we should know. Anything upon me, I mean to say. If it is upon Krishna, if they are criticizing Krishna, if they are saying, we should not keep. We should our maybe our spiritual master, or our founder Acharya, our pure devotees, if they are questioning, like this Maharaj, they will question, Brahma, they will question, Narada, they will question. People will question, challenge all these things. Then you have to put it forward. But how you are reacting is very important. You cannot react in an angry mood and in a very agitated, and if you go into that mood, then that false ego will be involved in it. When we go without without expressing that anger, but being very forceful in your approach, like we heard how His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj reacted to this. This Indira Gandhi was not willing to give the land for in Delhi. She said, already you have it in Vrindavan. Why do you want to express? He says, start here also. You are CA agents, etc. This, that, and all. And her secretary also was so much against, so inimical. Maharaj still folding his hands, and he said, you please tell me whatever you want me to do, I will do. He was not getting agitated and going against them. That is where you control, even though these people are ignorant. You will see karunyata. That is where that you will see, hey, these people are suffering they because of lack of God consciousness. So I have to understand their platform and try to help them somehow or other. And now, because of that mood, within a few days' time, Maharaj left New Delhi and went to Vrindavan. And that man came running because something stuck in him that I've offended a sadhu. I should rectify that. So he came all the way. He could not, openly accept his mistake. So he said, where is that sadhu? Bring him. I want to give the signature. I want him to do it right away. So that devotee said, no, Maharaj has already gone to Vrindavan. Said, no, he asked him to come tomorrow only. Today only, I'll do the signature. So much is there because Krishna is working behind the scene in all the different transactions. That's our faith. I hope that helps.
Robert, sorry,
Yeah.
can I say something?
Yes, Prabhuji. So, please go ahead, Prabhuji.
You are the one who had actually told me, if you remember, I was complaining about Dashavatar, and you're the one who told me that this is actually Krishna doing it. And, I'm telling you the truth. It really, at that time, I said yes. And I told my daughter, because Kalacakra Prabhu said the same thing, that it's Krishna's wish. And, so, afterwards, when I heard his speech, I actually cried that, oh my God, he is also in such an awkward position. So even though he doesn't want to do it, It's actually Krishna making it.
Yeah. So amazing, no, that one. Because many times we see spiritual master means yes, they come, give initiation and go. Not we, I'm just saying many times devotees see like that. Why he has given to that devotee, not to me? What is wrong? And they're doing partiality, all those different things. But internally, how much is going on there? We could little bit of glimpse only he showed. That for all the 15-20 years, the same thing was going on. We don't know how that one small half a day also we can realize how much they are suffering. That so many times you think spiritual master does not know. He just goes by some people telling. This kind of offense we do, but actually it's not that case. Thank you, Prabhu, for bringing that up. Kamalni Mataji, yes, Mataji, raise your hand.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes,
Even
Mataji.
in Prabhupada Smaran, we did how Prabhupada wrote to Dr. Mari Channareddy. That letter, Prabhu.
Yeah, that letter is an amazing letter, no?
Letter. I just remembered that, how humble and how he was pleading, for the sake of Krishna. That is really,
you reminded me. We have last 2-3 weeks we haven't done Prabhupada Smarana. We have to go back to that also. Tomorrow we'll do Krishna Veli.
Yes.
Thank you, Mataji.
We are waiting for Mataji to read, Prabhuji.
Yeah, she reads it so much love and enthusiasm, no?
Haribol Prabhu. It's all Vaishnava's mercy and Guru's mercy.
We'll do it tomorrow evening, Krishna willing. So, any other points before we close? Because see, I told you when we get into this purport, you'll not know where when we are reading. So,
Prabhu, just
Prabhu.
one message is coming. Has come from Calcutta Temple regarding Bara Bazar Radha Govind Mandir. So the owner wants to sell it to some builder. So this message has come where they need 8.5 crore to give it to the owner to save that.
Is this okay? Maybe it is good to put this. Across.
No, I don't know. I'm just asking you whether you are. So
we will discuss that offline, Prabhu. That's something which we can discuss offline. Maybe we can talk to some other devotees and whoever.
Right.
In the group, we normally keep it only for Bhagavatam discussion, because once we start, then so many other things will come. Then people will lose the thread. With WhatsApp limitation, we don't have the that capacity to like a thread kind of a thing. Suppose we talk about 619.5. That thread alone, if it's not possible to go and think, maybe if they do that in the future, maybe we'll be able to. So we'll discuss about it offline, Prabhu. I will connect with you or talk to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else?
Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
The demon of this Kali Yuga is going to be very difficult to kill by the Lord or anybody, because he is hiding and you cannot identify a single person as a demon of this behind this all medical issue, and as we explained, no. So that demon cannot be identified.
Why?
So there is not a single person behind the show, no.
No. There is only one demon, Prabhu, in the whole world. That is our mind.
No, Prabhu, the medical issue that you said, no.
Correct, Prabhu. That medical issue. No, that's what. If you control your mind, you will not go to those medicines. They will be there. They are not going to come and forcefully put the injection in you. You just say that, isn't it? Like Suchandra Prabhuji told, no, that if he was afraid, he would have immediately gone to the thing, starting the medication in UK itself. He went to Kenya. He showed the report, and then he showed that, and then they said no diabetes. No, he's happy, right? So little bit of controlling the mind is required, and that controlling the mind is possible only with Savai Mana Krishna Padarandayu. It's serving, always be in the service. And we will, in the next two parts, Maharaj will explain even more from a ground point of view, ground level, what all things we can do by avoiding this artificial things, the medicinal things, support. So just minimum things that is needed, not like, for every small things. You don't have to have so much faith. That's why I posted that message in the group also, that this long-term chronic disease and all, we should not become a slave of that. We should not become a slave of that. Try to we just control your food. automatically things will be all right. Eventually, if Krishna willing. So we should have that faith in Krishna. And that our Prahlad Maharaj is also saying that now that Wednesday Narsingh Chaturdashi is coming, that one sloka 7, 8, 9, I think it is. Jahyasuram bhavam imam tam atmanaha samam mano dasvana santi vidvishaha. There is no enemy other than your own mind. Unfortunately, you are coming Krishna, Vishnu, myself, everybody has all Vishnu supporters, everybody has mind, as enemy. Your mind is your only enemy. You just control him, everything else will fall in place. So, end of the day, that is the thing, Prabhu. People are taking advantage of the fear in them. Fear is what? Fear in our mind. My insecurity, that is in our mind. Everything is originating from this. People have studied these demons, they have studied our mind even more meticulously than our acharyas. I mean, I should not compare that, but I mean to say they are so meticulously studied it that they know every single weakness in our mind. They know we are dependent on water, we are dependent on fire. One small message we should put, then they will all start to panic. Corona, don't touch anybody, social distancing, this, that, etc. But you see that Corona did not touch. You know that in the forest, these people will go and shoot the birds and all. There is one class of people there. They will never take bath the whole of the year. That they are there in the thing. They will shoot arrows too. Even now they are there. They will make these threads that money, the mala kind of a thing. They will make. They are good at that. In Tamil, we call it as Narikuravalgal. So that one doctor, Sri Vaishnava doctor is here, homeopathy doctor. He told me that those people, they not get corona at all. They don't get any disease at all. Because they're always in the forest. They're always in the breathing fresh air. So, I mean, he's told many such things like that. I'm just giving small examples. So it's not because we are dependent. We are somehow or other. We are the customers of so many of these outlets of Kali Yuga that we are not able to come out of it. So that 7, 8, 9. Please read that verse. That itself is the just. All of them will fall in place if you don't fall into their tricks, then how they can force you? At least 70-80%, if not 100%, at least 70-80%. If you are free of their thing also, then you can say, suppose I have to walk 2 kilometers. What I will do? 2 kilometers of walking, I will need auto rickshaw or I need a car. Then what I do? I pollute the air. Instead, if I simply walk, like say I was in Juhu temple. Yeah, I just walk to the beach. I just walk to some other place. There is no need for polluting the air. 100 people do 1 kilometer, one means 100 kilometers of air pollution. Isn't it true? So that I go, my walking is also taken care. The pollution also is reduced. In Japan, there is no much pollution at all because 90% of them use bicycle. And they are all lean and thin. They are all healthy. I did not see one obese person in Japan in one full year of staying there. And 90-year-old grandpa is actually bicycling to office to 10 miles. And they walk and jog and everything. How is this possible? Because that is how it is. We just have to come out of this artificial. That is why I said overeating, over sense gratification, over dependence on others' mercy, and artificial standard of living sap the very vitality of human energy. So it saps. That is what Maharaj is going to tell in the next two part of this same shloka, is important shloka also. We will stop here. I think Lalita Mataji, who herself is a doctor, I hope I didn't offend much in any way. Mataji, this is only to, I hope, Mataji, you want to say something, Mataji? I see Lalita Prati Mataji
Hare
raised her
Krishna,
hand.
Prabhuji,
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, just because you mentioned that I just don't want the devotees to take home that whether the blood pressure shoots to 170, don't go to doctors. Very high blood pressure, very high sugars can lead to stroke and heart attack. So yes, when they are borderline, then when they are starting, please do the lifestyle changes and we can reverse them. But
no, what I meant was do preventive thing. Like if we are not able to, if we have to go there for very extreme cases, we have to. You're right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is don't do all these things to not get there in the first instant itself. If I am able to be in the
but if we
sattvic
don't
mode,
have
then
the discipline and don't do this, then we
yeah.
will be in the trouble. That
and then what
discipline
happens
we
is
have to develop.
once we get into that, then we get into that cycle. We think that hey, this is helping. Then I go again, I go, blood pressure, whatever. Very true, Mataji. It's not. That's what Maharaj was very practical. Hey, Ayurveda will be very helpful, but doesn't mean that you fall from the first floor and break your bone. You have to just say I will take Ayurvedic. I will depend on Krishna. You have to go and fix that fractured bone or whatever you have, isn't it? So we have to be practical. Maharaj did not say completely shun this off or whatever, but then take only wherever it is necessary. Don't go beyond beyond the extent and become a slave of it. That is what this missing primary point was. Thank you, Mataji. Kamalini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes,
I just was thinking, as per Ayurveda or allopathy or any form of
even
medical
Maharaj said even Ayurveda also you should not take too much. In the name of Ayurveda, in the name of Ayurveda also people have so many things. There are so many cheaters in Ayurveda. Maharaj used to say that don't just go blindly this thing. Yes, Krishnavani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Mataji.
Prabhuji, daily we should sing Narsimha Kavacham, and if you take Charanamrita also, diseases will keep far away from us.
Yeah. That faith has to be there. You just take Charanamritam, say Hare Krishna mantra, Maha mantra, Narsimha Kavacha, or any prayers from Bhagavatam. Just read Bhagavatam. Sahara Shuddhe, Sattva Shuddhi. That's how the whole thing, Sattva Shuddhe, Drosmati. All those things will happen in a sequence. Thank you, Mataji. All of us have our own different ways, you see. But the most important thing is we need to have the faith in Krishna, complete faith in Krishna, and accepting the fact that, yes, when the time comes, we have to leave. So what is everybody is leaving, we should also leave. We should not say that, hey, I cannot leave. Oh, if I am Krishna conscious, I will be living forever. No, that is never. And we should understand this material world is temporary. This body is also going to give up at a certain point. But we should be in that proper state of consciousness when such upheavals come, whether to body, mind, or whatever. Yes. I see.
Prabhuji, one quick thing.
Yes, Mataji.
Do you have the recording of 1540 Maharaj lecture? I know you have given the transcript in the past. And
it is there in that website. I will share the link. I will share the link of that lecture. Yes, Mataji. It's a beautiful lecture. Yeah. You will transcribe from there only. Yes, Mataji. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Bhaktade Prabhu.
Yes, just 15 minutes of pranayam, can tackle all the problems.
Yeah.
And in the last today's you quote, I think I was going through that app, Mahavishnu Swami's app, even waiting for the death. Know, such a wonderful statement.
Yeah,
it's actually
the statement was really good. It's is it the Pearls of Wisdom or quote?
Yeah.
Which one is it? It is Pearls of Wisdom, I think.
Yeah, Pearls of Wisdom. So
yeah, today's Pearls of Wisdom. It was nice. No, which was that? Do the Narad Muni's thing.
Just a minute.
Which one, Prabhu? We reserve the seats in aeroplane. That one?
No. Ye tha apna.
Is it? We have to wait for death. That is yesterday's. We have to wait for death. So waiting for death is also an art. That Vimada, we don't have any pride and we don't have any matsara, we don't have any envy. And this is how, if you spend time, then your seat in Golok Vrindavan is reserved. A nice thing, no? That is a very interesting. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. I will stop here. Thank you so much, Prabhu Mataji. Really appreciate all your wonderful realizations. I'm really fortunate to be in all your association and such serious vicharis of Bhagavatam. We will connect tomorrow evening, Krishna Wedding, continuing on Prabhupada's Smaranam. look forward to your association again. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Jai Dhritarashtra Srimad
Hare
Bhagavatam
Krishna.
Jai. Srila Prabhupada Srila Bhagavatam Jai. Vanchakapati Prabhupada. Krishna Bhyavam. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.